G'day everyone, welcome to another Better Communications Results. Today I'm here with Jeremy Haig, and Jeremy is one of the people behind the very successful Skylook, which I've been using for years and years as an add-on to Outlook. And it connects Skype with Outlook, so you can make Skype calls to your Outlook contacts. And I've been using that for years. I think it's fantastic. Jeremy recently came up with a relatively new product, comparing in age from Skylook, but a product called VodBurner. It's been around about a year or so now, and again, very, very successful product for them. And so I'm here with Jeremy today, just wondering if Jeremy can walk us through VodBurner and explain some of the technicalities behind it, but some of the benefits of why people would want to use VodBurner, because I think it's a fantastic tool. So welcome, Jeremy.
Thanks, Lee. Thanks for having me on, and nice to talk to a fellow Aussie doing this sort of interviews for a change. I'm usually up at all hours, either early or late with, Americans or people across Europe, so great to have somebody in my own backyard.
Yes. Excellent.
So I can talk about what we're doing. So we've been going now for 7 years, actually, in May. It's all based in Melbourne. All Australian made. Skylook, as you mentioned, was our first product. And really, probably in the last 3 years, Skype video has just exploded. Well, any video on the web, really. It's doubling in use year on year, I think. And Skype video is now, would you believe, of all Skype calls, it's on over 40%. Of every call has video on it, and over Christmas it goes over 50%. So it's not so much now just getting on Skype, but it's getting on and having a video call with somebody. Laptops now, they all have the webcams built in to them. You can Skype on your iPhone with video. So it's a big opportunity, for us. And one of the limitations is Skype don't let you record those video calls. So hence we developed VodBurner. And really VodBurner is about three things. There's the recording. We also have editing. So you can put in subtitles and you can change the camera backwards and forwards to make it more like you would see on the 6 o'clock news, more like an interview format like this call we're having now. And we also, the third thing is we upload directly to YouTube. All within the app, you put in your username and password. You can put tags and all those things if you've ever uploaded a video on YouTube, the same deal, and we put it right up there. And we work all the different standards up to now 1080 video, which Skype have recently announced that they're supported. They have supported, and there's some new webcams coming out now. There's a Logitech C920 cam that does, would you believe, 1080 video. Which is mind-blowing. Of course, you need the fast internet connection and everything else to make that possible. It's a little bit tricky here in Australia with our internet connections, but that's where it's at with VodBurner, and that's available at vodburner.com, and check it out. There's a free 14-day trial.
And it's an excellent product. We're using it at the moment, of course, to record this call and to show you some of the features and benefits that come from editing within VodBurner. Jeremy, how simple is it for someone to go to vodburner.com and download and install the software? Is there a lot of technical complexity?
No, it's really simple. It's easy to put on your computer. You just you install it. It just bolts itself onto Skype. So you need Skype as well, and then it sees everything that Skype sees with your video calls. You can have it record all your video calls or just on demand when you want it to, and you just operate Skype like you normally would. It's not a big learning curve or anything like that. And we deliberately designed it to be graphical, so the editing is very intuitive. You don't have to save things or open projects or anything like that. It's what us nerds call sticky. So you change something in there and it's remembered next time you go in, all that sort of thing. It detects whether your video quality is HD or the standard definition. We also do group video calls. So with Skype now, you can have a Brady Bunch thing going on a call. We do not 9 people if you wanted to, and we record that as well. So it's very easy to use, and certainly nothing you really need to learn, or some video programs can be really bombard you with a lot of technical sort of options, but we keep it very simple. But that doesn't mean that it's not powerful. It's simple and powerful. You can do what you want it to do.
Mm. I noticed, because I hang out on the Google Plus in a community in Google Plus, and the Hangouts within Google Plus have become very, very popular. That's the video where you're talking about you've got lots of people up on a call. Now you're saying that Skype allows that as well, but the benefit of VodBurner is that you can actually record those Hangouts, so you can record those conversations.
Yeah, so that's right. Google Hangouts does have the recording. I haven't tried that out, but I believe you can't do editing or anything. It's fairly sort of rudimentary, at least now. That might change over time, but Skype doesn't have the recording capability. So, you need to get a third-party, product like VodBurner to get in there and record and do the editing for you.
Mm. What about when you're recording? What sort of impact is there on the computer? Does it slow right down to the point where it's unusable, or can you do stuff in the background? Or
so what we have with VodBurner is we've designed it to work on very low spec computers, because when we record the video, we're not doing any of the heavy lifting at that point. Once your video call's recorded, you then can view and edit the video call, and that might take a few minutes to open up the video, and that's when it's doing all the heavy lifting, rendering and all those sorts of heavy lifting video things that it needs to do. So we do that after the call, so we don't affect the quality of your Skype video call. If you've got a newer, some of the new Intel processors that have Sandy Bridge on the i5 and i7 processors, the Generation 2 ones of them, we don't have that step at all, because those computers are fast enough to just do it. And that's not a lot of money these days. That's like $500 to $800 for a computer that is really fast now. It's just crazy how cheap that stuff's getting. So in a couple of years that'll sort of be the norm, and we'll be able to do a lot more rendering and stuff. But we have designed it so it works on the older ones as well. It just might take a little bit longer to open up the video call after you've recorded it.
I know that with a number of the clients that I've got, is that they do have older computers. Renewing and updating their computers isn't high on their list of things to do. So they do have old computers. So I like the fact that all the background stuff is done after the call. It doesn't interrupt the call. It doesn't sort of slow the call down, and you end up with the horrible dialogue here and the mouth over here, the sort of like the Italian westerns or the Japanese westerns. So that's excellent. Now, one other thing that I need you to demonstrate to the audience is how cool the mug of tea that you're drinking is.
See if your viewers can read that.
Absolutely clear as a bell. Keep glam and rock on. That's brilliant. Hasn't that meme taken off? The keep calm and keep shopping sort of meme. Hasn't that taken off around the world?
Yes, and I can't take full credits for that mug, because my wife actually bought that, so I have to pay props to Kate. Yeah, but yes, very, very cool indeed.
But getting back to VodBurner, so as I understand it, it's very easy to download, very easy to install. It plugs in itself and meshes nicely with Skype, so you don't have to worry about any of that sort of interface with Skype. It just all seamlessly integrates together. You then record the call, and it's very seamlessly recorded. Can you record in different qualities, or is there just a single quality that it records at?
So what happens with Skype is, if your internet connection suddenly has a burst where it's really fast, the Skype video will get really clear and the quality goes up. So what VodBurner does is we're always recording that increased quality, and if it comes down again, we come down with it. So we've developed some smarts where you don't set VodBurner to what you want it to do. It just does whatever Skype's doing.
Okay.
And if you've got one of these new cams that does, 1080 video, we do that as well. So it's always adjusting, on the fly, which can happen on Skype calls sometimes. It can slow right down and speed right up, but we design it to work specifically with that in mind.
Yeah, there's an evil person somewhere in the world who's got this sort of like the trigger, and they're screwing down on Skype so it doesn't run smoothly, and then they'll lift it back off again just when you've finished your call.
Yes.
I've had that happen to me. Yeah.
Or it can be a daughter, my 20-year-old daughter lives with us, and sometimes she's bringing down big files or whatever on our connection, and that can slow it down too.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a 20-year-old stepson who does the same thing, and suddenly your internet connection goes. It's absolutely horrible.
Yes.
So then the editing process—that's fairly simple, is it?
Yep. So the editing, it's what it actually does. The cool thing about VodBurner is it listens to who's talking. So if you start off, it puts your head on the video, and then once I start, it puts me on the video. So it changes the cameras for you to make more of a interesting video rather than just two boxes side by side. So it works all that out for you, and then you can go in and tweak it. You can add in subtitles. If it's for your business, you can put in logo, that sort of thing. You can even put video inside there, so like a intro video to the video. If you're we've got customers that are big on YouTube, and they're got channels on YouTube, and they have a intro for their videos that they do, and so it does all that stuff in the editing. You can also trim and take out bits of the video that you might not want, and once you're done with that, you can put it up to YouTube, but you don't have to put it up to YouTube. You can also export it to a video file, MPEG-4 or something like that, if you wanted to watch it, later. Say if you're overseas and you're reading your son a story, good night, you don't want that to go up on YouTube necessarily, so you don't have to do the whole YouTube thing.
Yeah. No, that's excellent. That's an excellent idea. Alrighty, and then you can very quickly output it to a video format, upload it to YouTube, or save it on your desktop for later use. That's well cool. That all sounds to me as though it's a package that anyone would want, and they'd be foolish not to get.
Exactly.
Well, I'm sold. So what was the website they need to go to again?
So it's www.vod, so vodburner.com. We're also on Twitter fairly regularly. We're VodBurner on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're all on all the normal things these days, but vodburner.com is where you get it and download it from.
Excellent. Jeremy, thank you so much for your time today. Really do appreciate it. I'm going to now finish this call and go and edit it within VodBurner, and then stick it up on YouTube.
Excellent. Well, we'll RT it on our Twitter.
Okay, excellent. Thanks very much. Thanks very much, Jeremy. Bye-bye.
See ya.